quiero que le digas a todas tus amigas que ya llegaron
las más que primas.
Welcome to another episode of
Más que primas.
Les saluda Carol, mejor conocida como Viri.
Y Jessica,
Karina
y Moni. Y no hemos introducido, pero tenemos a... ¿Cómo te llamas, güey? ¡Chabela! Bueno, es Maya, pero conocida como Chabela. Saluda a la cámara, Chabela.
También tenemos a una invitada muy especial, la huesuda, la prima huesuda. Así es que también demos la bienvenida a esta hermosura.
Nuestra
que vemos
primera,
aquí, ¿verdad?
Our first guest.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Huesuda, you better feel privileged, girl, because this don't happen.
Look how happy she looks to be
Yes.
part of Más que Primas.
All right, ladies, vamos a empezar entonces la plática.
Yes. ¿Les han jalado las patas? A ver, cuenten, ¿quién les ha jalado las patas?
¿Les han jalado las patas?
Comment below si les han jalado las patas.
Yes.
No me han jalado las patas personalmente que me acuerde, pero there's been stories I've heard, like, yeah, so.
And for those of our English-speaking followers, literally translated, that means have they yanked on your feet? And that's a saying in the Mexican culture, or
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a regional thing, but we're in our family. It's how would you guys describe it? Like it's something, I don't know. Is it something you tell kids, or is it something like at night they're gonna yank on your feet? That's why you have to cover your feet. I don't know how.
Something
Or like if you
that.
misbehaved as a kid, it was like, you know.
Yeah, te van a jalar las
Yeah.
patas en la noche.
See,
But
I never misbehaved as a kid, so I was never told that.
yeah, right. No, but I think it's also used, like, for real, like,
Yeah,
for people that
yeah.
actually have said, like, en la noche, at night, me han jalado las patas. Someone yanked on my legs, my feet. So
Yes.
I think, like, those are, like, interesting
Or-
stories, too.
Like another one is "Se te ha subido el muerto." I don't know. How would you translate that in English?
Has
Has the dead
like
gone
a
on you?
spirit gone on top of you? Like
Has
is
the dead gone on top of you?
It's not meant to be sexual, but I guess it could be. I guess it
Well,
could.
now as an adult, it's definitely sexual. As a kid, it was like,
No.
no, I don't want no dead body on me.
You want a dead person?
You
on
now
top
you
of
do?
you?
What?
We might be getting into a little bit of fetishes here.
Yeah, I didn't know that's where we were going, but okay. Now you
Is that
know,
the wrap this
now
is
you know
going
something
Is
about
that
money.
the topic we're gonna go
Yeah.
on? Fetishes?
But as an adult, you could be like, no, like that's more weird. But as a kid, you just thought like, no, that's scary. I don't want a dead body on me, nor do I want them yanking on my toe.
Well, going off of that conversation, have you guys ever had a paranormal experience? Has anybody ever had a paranormal experience?
Yes, I could say, yeah. I think I've heard more, like, stories from
Yeah.
family.
Yes.
Like my mom sharing with us, our tias, like growing up. But me personally, I think there's been a couple of few. I think for me, it's not more like paranormal activities. I think for Vidi was because I was doing it.
She was the paranormal one.
Yeah.
Should I share?
Yes, go for it. Go
Please,
for it.
we all want to hear it now.
So it wasn't scary because I think this
For
is,
you.
Yeah,
Vidi has another
entire
perspective.
family.
Thank you.
Yeah, my
For
mommy's
honesty.
traumatized, my dad's traumatized, Vidi's traumatized, and Lari was too little, so she didn't know what's up. Pero,
Thank God.
yeah, but I think it wasn't scary, or it's not scary because I feel like it happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't when I was little. I think from like, I don't know, maybe 4 to
Yes.
6, 7. I didn't sleepwalk because I wouldn't necessarily all the time walk around the house, but it was considered like sleepwalking because I was sleeping, but I was, how do you say, awake? I don't know, like I was conscious. I feel like I was
Yeah.
conscious.
Yeah.
Because I think
You remember?
yeah, I remember, and it because I feel like when you're sleepwalking,
You don't remember.
you don't remember, and people
No.
will
Yeah.
tell you like, I don't know, yeah, you went outside or you started like cleaning or whatever. No, for me, like I would look for my mom, my dad, and Vidi, and would wake them up and tell them like something's gonna happen, this is gonna happen today, and then it would happen.
Also, you would tell them.
Yeah, like predicting like the future. So, was I
Well, they
bruja?
say
Am I a bruja?
Did you have the glass ball by your chance?
it's because they say we're all born with a sixth sense. That us as parents and society instill fear in
So that's a
children
bad thing.
and take that sense away, that connection that they have to the sixth sense. So that's why some kids or some children, they say children, babies especially, and dogs, see things that we do not see. Because if we do see it, then it's like, wait, no, I didn't see it because I'm scared. Like we're conditioned to be scared of these things and close that gate we have to that sixth sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, I read that somewhere. I heard it somewhere.
Yeah, because sometimes, I would just wake up and they will find me in the living room or like, I don't think I ever walk outside there. No, but close to it. Yeah, close to it. I remember my mom saying. But it was more like conversations. Like and it didn't happen all the time, but when it did happen, it was scary. Like I remember one, if I'm not mistaken, my mom telling me, and I kind of vividly, I mean, I was little, but I remember telling my mom, I woke up crying and screaming, and I told my mom, like, something happened to my dad. Something happened. Un accidente. My dad wasn't home. And my mom was like, okay, cálmate, cálmate. You know, es que dicen, no los despiertes, don't wake them up. And my mom's like, okay. And I'm like, mi papá, un carro rojo, a red car. And she's like, okay. Y ya me pudo tranquilizar. My dad came home and he told my mom, I got it, there was a car accident.
He was in a car accident?
I can't remember. I don't want to like pretend here that I remember detail by detail, but I can't remember. My dad was in a car accident. If a car accident was by him. But everything like made sense. It made sense. So I would say little things like that would happen. And how would I scare Vidi? Because sometimes I would just get up and would just literally like stand
Walk to her with a
and
knife.
be like, just while she was sleeping. So imagine sleeping, waking up to that. The worst one was like once I remember also like getting on top, like me le subió el muerto como. But I was alive. Like I literally like was like, this is Vidi, and I was like this.
And me,
Like me standing and just looking at her like this.
Oh,
Literally, like I promise I wasn't trying to do anything to my sister. Like
She was not holding a knife.
No, I was not. I was just literally admiring the beauty of my sister
while she's sleeping.
Yeah. And Vidi would just wake up and she'll be like,
And you would just scream?
Pues es que, pues imagínate, estar bien dormida y de repente, eso sí, siempre he sido, desde que recuerdo, he sido a light sleeper.
Yes.
So any little sound, cualquier cosita me despertaba fácil hasta la fecha. Y recuerdo que yo pues estaba dormida ya por fin, que podía estar durmiendo. Y
ahí viene Karina.
Y esta viene y me hace esas cosas, imagínate, o sea, como que sientes que el alma se te sale de ver algo así. Y sí, pues sí, de principio sí me daba unas buenas asustadas, pero pues con el tiempo empezamos a ver que era algo que ella estaba haciendo constantemente. No sé, tenía algún problema en...
Todavía tengo problemas.
En cuestión de...
That's a nice way of
dormir.
saying she has issues.
Right?
She doesn't have the sleeping issues anymore.
She just has issues.
We don't know.
Desde-
They don't live together anymore. We
That's true.
don't
Desde
know.
chiquita te empezó
Well, Lottie would tell us
Empezó con
they
sus
were
problemas.
because of Lottie.
Sí,
No,
pero a
but-
lo que me refiero, pues, problemas en cuestión de sueño, o sea,
Yeah.
algo que la inquietaba en estarse teniendo que levantar todo el tiempo. A veces se levantaba llorando, se levantaba hablando, diciendo burrada y media.
Some things that didn't
Sí,
make
que
sense
no
either.
tenían sentido.
Pero my mom
entonces-
was already scared because she's like,
Mhm.
she's telling me things that have happened. What does this mean, right? So, creo que hasta me llevaron al doctor si no me equivoco.
Sí, probablemente. No
Porque
recuerdo.
Gioneta está loquita. Loquita. Pero, yeah.
please tell
But
me.
I do also briefly, so I can let you girls talk. Me acuerdo que una de las razones por qué me levantaba mucho, that I would like wake up screaming, is because I always had the same bad dream. Always. And when I tell people what it was, it makes no damn sense.
Right.
But in my head, it was like so like literally like, you know,
You
when
felt
you're
like- it felt like
yeah,
so
it felt so real, but
Yeah.
it makes no sense. I always dreamt, and it was always the same. And I had it again when I was 14, when I was like in a place that looked like un pueblo abandonado, like a place that was like nothing, just a bunch of old houses, like in Mexico. And then all of a sudden, it like switched from that to like a big what's it, a tire, like a truck tire, and then a hand would just come out, and then a string appear on the tire, holding it. Like holding it for dear life. Like it was just like, you know, when
Barely
and then cuando ya se caía, when it would fall, I would see a little girl, like, but it was like a cartoon, and she was holding a bag, and then she would scream, and that's when I would wake up.
And you never saw like a movie or anything?
No.
Pero no decías que también estaba un tren involucrado.
Eso era como cuando pasaba,
okay.
like it would go from one slide
To another.
to another like scene, like super fast. Maybe that's why I would say a train. Pero always, when I would wake up crying, it was because of that dream, and I had it again when I was older, and it was the same dream, and I woke up again like.
And it's interesting that you say that, because when I was having my sleepwalking episodes, which was in high school for me, I would have the same reoccurring dream, and it made no sense either.
That is very odd. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
that
there's some.
connection with sleepwalking or whatever is going on in that moment in your life, that time in your life. For me, I know I was having a lot of panic attacks because of presentations and speeches, public speaking.
So stress
Induced, I think, is what it is that leads you. And yes, that's what I've read, that sleepwalking can be triggered by stress in your life.
BDC, you were
And
stressing
anxiety.
me when I was little. That's why I was like so like traumatized and getting
And
up.
then she kept
No.
attacking you.
Yeah, that's why I kept on standing, because I'm like, you're causing this. I don't want
Your
to do this.
Wow,
Mis
that's
papás.
That's
De
interesting.
tanto que andaban detrás de ti todo el tiempo, de que
Yeah.
no te portabas bien.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eso yo creo que mi experiencia personal, pero I've heard other stories, family, but me, I feel like yeah, it could be scary for someone that's not used to that. Yeah.
I don't have any personal paranormal experiences that I've. So I guess, yeah, I would say nothing personal, but I guess there's some things that have happened to me that have been unexplained, where you're like, some people might take it as paranormal. So my grandma, my maternal grandmother, we've had a lot of experiences, unexplainable experiences at her house in Mexico.
See that happening in that house.
And I had heard a lot of stories, nothing like these stories that people have seen. Like, they have seen people that have passed. Like, people have seen people that have passed at my grandma's house. And it said people outside of our family. But then they would describe, like, she was wearing a hat and, like, so commonly known features of the people that had passed in my family.
So sabían quién era esa
O sea,
persona.
when they would describe it to
Yeah,
my grandma,
you
or
would say,
whoever, they'd be like,
it's Pepita.
that was my father,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and crazy things like that. That never happened to me, but there was one time where my grandma and I was staying out there in Mexico, and I would stay with her, and it was late at night already. So multiple people live in the house. It's a huge, huge house with a big patio in the middle. It's all open in the middle. But anyways, we were in her part of the house, like downstairs, in bedroom. We were watching TV. We were watching a movie. And it wasn't a scary movie. She didn't like those. I don't like those. So because people say, like, well, were you guys watching something scary? And that's what triggered it. No. So anyway, all of a sudden we heard, like, it sounded like pans falling. Like, loud, super loud noise. And it sounded like it came from her kitchen, which is obviously away from her bedroom. So anyways, we both heard it. And supposedly everyone that was living in the house at the time was already home. Because then we locked the front door. We always need to check that everyone was home before locking. So it wasn't like someone came in. Anyways, so we went out to the kitchen, and we looked everywhere, like nothing. Because we swore it was like pans that fell or something. Obviously, we checked in the sink, nothing. We checked in her cabinets where the pans were, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. And then we come out, and when we were checking, my cousin, so like my grandma lived in the back part of the house, and again, huge patio, open area. And there was family in the front of the house, and my cousin that lived upstairs in the front of the house was running down as we were checking in the kitchen, and he was like, what happened? And we had family upstairs above us, so you would think if anything they heard something, but that one across the way heard it. And he came running, he's like, what happened? He's like, I just heard loud noise. And we're like, you heard that too? He's like, yeah, I thought like you guys fell or something. We're like, we can't find anything that has fallen. Another important detail, my grandma had a bunch of ceramic houses that she'd hang as decor around her house. And so it was ceramic settings of different parts of a house, like a kitchen, I don't know how to describe it. Like it's like a something that you hang, and it's like pieces, it's parts of a house ceramic, I don't know how else to describe it.
Like clay?
But,
Like,
I mean, so ceramic, nonetheless, obviously is breakable. When you drop it, it breaks. So she had these hanging all around her house outside. We go outside. One had fallen off. We found it on the ground, all in one piece. And the nail was still on the wall. And when that falls, it's a very distinct sound, first of all. And second of all, it breaks.
Yeah.
It
Especially in
was
Mexico,
all in
everything's
one.
concrete.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's like tile outside
Yeah.
where it fell on. And it's like where you hang a picture frame, like height. You know, it was pretty high up. And the fact that the nail was still intact, the house was on the floor, not broken whatsoever, and the sound that we heard was not that. So to me, I always say, like, everything is explainable. Like, there's always an explanation for things that happen. Like, that's why I don't fear those kind of things. Maybe that would probably scare me.
You would scare me.
But that happening, like, it didn't really scare me. To me, it was just like, what was the reason? And people were like, well, maybe it was a strong wind. Like, okay, but she had a lot of these houses hanging, and why didn't anything else fall? And there was no wind that night.
Yeah.
So that's
Y
like,
esa-
that's
esa en
been my,
específico
yes,
y
and
sin
why
quebrarse.
specifically that
Sí.
one?
Yeah.
And the fact that it didn't break is what really
Yeah.
threw us off. And then the sound, the two didn't connect. And nothing else around the house
That
looked
was
out
a
of place,
distraction for
falling.
something else.
I don't know. So that was been my personal experience. Again, there's been so many stories that have happened in that house, but that was my only personal experience in the house. I always feel comfortable saying that, like, I don't ever feel some type of way. Granted, it gets really dark, and that can be kind of like, you just don't know who's
Big.
gonna pop out, what's gonna pop out. There's animals, I don't know. But other than that, like, I don't fear the dead that people have seen there. I don't know. I don't know. It's especially because they're mostly this is family members. You know, maybe.
Also, you're cool, like, if Tia comes around and then she's been dead, but she, like, comes around
Hey,
and says,
I
hey.
mean, they have a message, and it's my family. Like, they're not
Right.
gonna harm me. I don't think so. At least that's how
Van a venir a jalar
I
las
feel.
patas.
Yeah.
No, mi abuela siempre decía hacerle miedo a los vivos, no a los
Ex-
muertos.
and that's what my grandma always said. She's like, yo no
Yeah.
le tengo miedo a los
Sí,
muertos,
sí.
yo le tengo miedo a los vivos.
Y hoy día
I'm not
hay
scared
que
of dead, I'm
tenerle
scared
más
of the
miedo a
living.
los vivos.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. So, yeah, that's been my only personal experience that I can remember.
Okay.
Again, to me, there's an explanation.
Pues a mí en lo personal sí les puedo contar. ¿Recuerdas bueno, no sé cuál quieras que comparte, Cari, porque tú ya sabes de estas historias? Cuando vi en un hombre ahí en el basement, o cuando fuimos con los amigos al cine, ¿te acuerdas? Que
Sí.
pero-
Wait. Time out. ¿Cuál basement? Porque si fue en el basement de tu casa ya no quiero ir.
No, en el-
a mi basement.
no.
Yo creo que llevan yo años
que no te
va,
visitan.
que ni visitas allá. So
Wait,
get out of here.
wait.
Get out of here.
Mejor no platiquen lo del basement.
laundry
Yeah, get out of here. I think both of them are really good.
Ok, pues las voy a hacer
I
cortas.
mean, they're
Sí.
short, so
Sí,
you
sí,
can
sí.
probably share both.
Bueno, la
I
primera
forgot about that
que
one.
yo experimenté personalmente, hace ya muchos años atrás, tenemos un tío que él estuvo viviendo en la casa de mis papás por unos cuantos años, y él tenía un cuarto en el basement de la casa de mis papás. Entonces recuerdo que él sí pasaba mucho tiempo, en ese entonces pasaba mucho tiempo ahí en su cuarto, pues ahí su privacidad, él estaba ahí la mayoría del tiempo,
Era el tío guapetón.
el tío guapetón. Y
No, it wasn't.
Lejos de comer.
I mean, este tío también está
Era el tío
guapetón, pero
feo.
no es el que tú estás
Era el tío
hablando. No,
feo.
no, este tío también está guapetón, pero no es el que tú
El que ella piensa. Bueno,
otro tío.
entonces, si no mal recuerdo, Cari también me puede ayudar con la historia si se me olvida algo, pero si no mal recuerdo, ese día, mi mamá, el día que pasó esto, mi mamá me dijo, Viri, ve a hablarle a tu tío para que ya se venga a comer. Entonces, pues yo, ¿qué? Voy al basement porque me dijo que fuera a buscarlo.
No, my
Y
mom
pues-
wasn't home. It was just you and I and Lari. Because I remember when my mom came home, you said my tío doesn't want to come. Mi mamá está sentada. Mi mamá, that's when my mom said,
Entonces, ¿no
tu tío
recuerdas para qué fui a buscarlo?
Because my mom had said check on your tío.
¿Ya ven? Ya le
Go
quería
check on your
cambiar.
tío because my mom worry a lot about my tío. So she's like, check on your tío.
Okay.
And that's when Viri went to check on my tío.
Ok. Entonces, pero sí fui pues a buscar a mi tío, y justo cuando iba a tocar su puerta, vi que, o sea, estaba entreabierta y yo vi claramente a mi tío sentado en la orilla de la cama, pero él me estaba dando la espalda y vi que estaba como que, no sé, cuando te pones en esa posición de que estás quizás orando o no sé, y yo como que lo vi muy tranquilo, pero le dije, tío, está bien, y no me contestaba. Entonces yo dije, bueno, pues él quiere tener su privacidad, no quiere hablar, no sé. Entonces yo me fui para arriba y entonces yo creo que fue cuando...
Sorry, maybe I'm confusing. Like, no, my mom had not necessarily said go check on your tío or call. No, my mom just told us in general, make sure you check on your tío, but not like in that moment.
Yeah.
Because my mom wasn't there. My mom, I think, was working or she was out. I know no one was there, just us.
Yes.
So Vidi, out of like just, okay, let me just make sure my tío's okay. Let me just check and see if he needs anything. You went, and then when my mom got home, you
fue
said my
cuando
tío hasn't come
ya
up, and he's
no
just
ha
sitting
venido
on
mi
his
tío,
bed.
no ha venido mi tío, y fue cuando mi mamá me parece que dijo, ¿no?
My mom said, tu tío
no está. Ya, tu tío no está.
Güey, ¿te está sonando el oído?
No.
Dije
ver,
la
si
madre
no,
ya.
Ya vino el tío, güey, ya vino el tío.
No, clarification, my tío's alive,
No,
okay?
Pero llegó un tío.
inventes.
Tiene que haber un tío que falleció. You
no,
know what
pero
I'm saying? Y ya vino el tío. Dijo,
No.
ay, cabrón, está hablando de
No.
mí. Y fue a visitar, pues dije, te está sonando el oído.
No.
Back to the story.
Back to
Sorry.
the story. No, mi mamá dijo, tu tío no está aquí.
Tu tío hoy no ha estado
No
aquí.
estaba aquí. Entonces yo le dije, mamá, ¿y qué creen? Que se nos apaga la cámara. Se nos apaga la cámara justo cuando estoy contando esta historia mía. Y sin explicación alguna, ni la batería, ni...
No, porque cuando if you guys have watched our other episodes, mind you guys, just know in case you didn't know, we're not
experts at this.
We're not experts. We're not.
We're just
trying to be
having fun.
experts.
We hope you're having fun with us.
Yeah, like
We don't have the best
we
technology.
don't have the best technology, so we're doing the best as we can, using our resources wisely.
And we go with the flow.
And
always
yes, we
go
heard
with the
we
flow.
saw the comment about the birds. We know.
Yeah.
We're in nature.
And the
It's a part of the
airplanes.
show.
And the airplanes. But mind you, before you tell them, like, our camera has overheated. You've seen it in other videos. The audio sucks. There's a lot of things that have happened to the camera, but because there's an explanation. Go down. Continue. What are the odds?
Como decía, no podemos, ahora sí que explicar bien lo que pasó, pero yo estaba contando mi historia, gracias cámara, o gracias a quien lo hizo, ¿no? Quién sabe ya. Sí, pero como decía, mi mamá me decía que no estaba ahí, ¿verdad? Ahí es donde me quedé.
Creo que ahí es donde te quedas.
¿Verdad?
Sí, mi mamá dijo, no, tu
tío no ha estado
Creo
ahí.
que ahí es donde te quedas.
Si no me equivoco, ahí nos quedamos. Que mi mamá pues me dice, no, hija, tu tío no ha estado hoy en casa. Y fue cuando yo dije,
La mouse.
dije,
¿Qué dijo? No mames.
¿Qué dijo? Porque yo no vi listo así de la mañana.
Sí, pero que no mames. Go ahead. Continuamos primero. Es que la prima,
Acá es bien fresa.
la fresa, la resinada, no,
sí,
no es
muy
más
fresa.
palabras.
Anyways,
Sus hijos están viendo esto. Ella no dice
Ya
esas
está,
palabras en
la-
sus casas.
Y yo soy la prima
Cállense.
de madre.
Cállense.
Nomás que me he reservado un poco, pero ya me vale
Anyways.
madre. Go ahead, prima.
anyways, no les hagan caso. Pues no pude ya por un buen rato ir al basement porque se me quedó esa
None of us.
sensación de, susto de que, ¿quién estaba ahí? ¿Quién estaba ahí?
¿Y le platicaron al tío?
Sí,
¿Le platicaron al tío? Like, oye,
My tío
esto nos pasó.
confirmed that he,
Yeah,
because
no.
we're like, maybe se salió por la puerta de atrás,
No manches.
porque había una puerta que él, pues era como un apartamento.
¿Y todavía el tío se quedaba allí?
Yeah.
Después de esto, ¿todavía se quedaba allí?
Pues, sí.
Yeah.
Pues, ¿a dónde más iba a quedar?
¿Dónde más iba a
Yeah,
ir?
and also like, I feel like they don't.
Yeah, it's
Different.
Sí. Y sí, pues ya, como digo, quedamos traumaditas y ya no.
No, pero
Ya no
crazy
pu-
because
ya
that
no
was
podía-
your room at one point
Sí,
afterwards.
después
that
sí.
turned into her room because she wanted to be by herself because she didn't
Sí.
want to share rooms with me.
Sí.
And then you lived there with your husband for a while.
Sí,
Right.
ya después.
Porque
And
no
you never
quería
saw anything.
compartir cuartos y
Yeah.
no quería salir en la noche.
Sí, porque había puertita por allá atrás.
Right.
And you never saw anything again? Even
No,
though you were
ya.
living there downstairs
No,
by yourself?
no. Ya no.
The fact that you still have the guts to go down there by yourself to stay there at some time. See,
Yeah.
I never even saw anything back in my parents' basement. But when I supposedly I went to go stay down there by myself because I wanted to be on my phone late at night, my mom caught me. And I felt creepy. It felt creepy. Like it's just that vibe of basement.
And her house is old. Yours is a near home.
Yeah.
Like, my parents' house is old.
And someone died there.
And someone died. By natural causes, no empezar chismes. Yeah.
Regardless,
Señor. So it might have been him.
It might have been him. And he might have just turned our camera on.
And if I can add upstairs, in the rooms that are upstairs, it also was at one point, I think they were renting it. I don't know what happened upstairs, but you mentioned something about kids being able to hear and see. I've never seen anything, but I know when Mona would go upstairs when she was little, she would like bark her ass off like everywhere, like a donde quiera. Like, and she would just stare at walls.
You have videos of that. You have
She
videos
would just
of her
walls.
barking, yeah.
Rafael, when he was a baby, he would cry. Like if you would take him upstairs, I would remember he would like cry and shake. And Bailey, now if you take her upstairs at the beginning, now she's used to it.
Rafael was a child.
Yeah,
Even child. Mona was a doggy, and now Bailey is also a doggy.
Yes, clarification. Yeah, but you mentioned dogs and kids. But
yes.
Rafael was a baby. I think he was maybe like 9 months. And Mona was still a puppy. And now Bailey, which is the new dog, when she goes upstairs, she's over the house, at the beginning, it's been a while, she would also be like at edge. You could see her like, and she wouldn't sleep. And actually, the first time she slept over upstairs, she pooped, and it was chorro.
Oh,
So it wasn't even like regular poop. And she's very good. She's a dog that tells you when she needs to poop. Like she'll hold it for hours. And that time she wouldn't sleep. She was restless and she took a shit. Like
Abuela?
literally like chorro.
You're next.
Como dices tú, lo que son los niños y los animalitos pueden percibir.
So I don't know if there's something out there, but at this point.
Now we gotta test it with Maya.
Yep, we're not testing you, girl.
You're going over to Yes house.
She's like, no, please. Look, she's already getting anxious, looking herself. Like, no, please.
She's like, why are you going?
I don't want to be the test dog.
No, Chabelita. No. Pero pues sí, vamos a mandarla a Chabela a ver si es cierto que hay cosas allá. Sí, Chabela.
You're next. You're next.
De
to
por
test
sí
out.
está media chifla, imagina.
No, pobrecita, no.
Por eso le pusieron Chabela. Mi papá le puso Chabela porque dice que está bien chifla. Está chifla.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What is
eso se le
chifla?
puso. Like dale, media lurias, media loca. Chifla is another word for crazy. Like, chifladita.
Loony, a little loony.
Yeah, yeah, a little silly, really. But talking about, paranormal activity and crazy, scary stuff.
It's your turn to tell us your experience.
Yeah, maybe I have experiences. I can't recall one right now. But I will never forget one that is not my story. So I can't be exact with the fucking words. So don't come back at me because I don't know exactly the words. But
You know who you
give
are.
or take the story. And I think it hits different now too because of being a mom. But it was my uncle's sister-in-law in her basement. They lived in an apartment complex. And the little boy would always go to the basement and play. And, he would always say he would play with his friend. And the mom was like, okay with it, imagination. Like, go ahead. Yeah, imaginary friend. But it got to a point where this little boy, the mom caught the little boy of the window, like the blinds.
The blind thing?
Yeah. And the mom was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he was like, oh, it's because my little friend told me to do it. And he mentioned the little boy's name. I believe mentioned the little boy's name. And the mom's like, oh, heck no, you can no longer play with this little friend. So
Tell
then
Jimmy he has to go home.
he needs to take his ass home. So then she did some investigation, and sure enough, they told her that a little boy had died in that basement. And it was all through, he pretty much playing. So then I was like, oh, hell no. So then, that brings me back, fast forward many years. We're talking, I was maybe 13, 14 at the time, right, when I heard this story. And now this little boy is a grown-ass man. But fast forward, now I have a kid, right? I have two, but I had a little girl. And she was like 3, 4, if that.
Yeah.
We had a brand new mirror in the corner of our room. Brand new, still in the box. and she would always talk to the mirror. Mind you, I want to believe that my daughter has a special gift where she sees and says things, and she's connected in a whole different dimension. Because when she was little, she told my husband that water was life, and that, I guess I'll get into the story. But this mirror, she saw a kid, 2 kids, Dini and Kaya. Where did she hear these names from? I have no idea.
They had names.
Yeah, they had names. And she would always talk to them, and I did not like that idea. My husband was like, you know, you shouldn't discourage it. Like, I'm like, yeah, but I'm not gonna encourage that shit. Hell no, I'm not gonna fucking encourage it either. But he was all about it. He was like, oh, did you talk to Kaya? Did you talk to Dini?
He would tell her?
Yeah. And I was like, we're not, no, like, I know.
We're not doing that here.
So Camila knew to not fucking talk to these people when I was at home by myself. Like, you could talk about them and have them
when your dad's home.
Have tea parties with your freaking dad.
Hell no. And then she would go to her grandma's house, my mom's house, and she would be like, oh, my Carmen, I brought Dini and Kaya. And my mom would be like, you gotta take them back to your house. Like, they can't stay here. She even said that when we went to, not Mexico. Did we go? We went out of state, and she said either or somewhere. And my aunt was like, my aunt was like, nah, you got time to go back home. They're not coming on our trip. Like,
not invited.
That's how serious this shit got. Like, and then
Estaba muy conectada con ellos.
super conectada. Y después,
Uy.
my husband asked her, so Camila, tell me about Dini and Kaya. What do they do? And she's like, they come out of the mirror. And that's how we connected that they were in the mirror. And he was like, they come out of the mirror. What do they do? He's like, they connect. She said, they connect us. They connect humans. And she went like this. And I was like, fuck, no, this is why, none of this. I don't fuck with this shit because, and that mirror's got to get the fuck out of my house. It's not going to.
It is now hanging in my house.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. But clarification, I told her straight. I mean, Jessica's been knowing this from the beginning. And Camila would talk about Dini and Kaya in front of her.
Yeah.
So I was like, you want
And
this
you
mirror?
wanted that mirror?
Brand new? Go ahead, take it.
There's always an explanation.
And it's hanging in her house. I was
Have
like,
you had,
cool.
what are their names?
Dini
Dini
and Kaya have
and
not
Kaya.
visited,
No.
nor have my children seen Dini and Kaya. Now, my significant other was very hesitant to bring this mirror into our home, knowing the history of it. The one in the living
The
room.
entrance.
Oh,
Circle
next to
one.
the door. The big
The
circle
gold
one.
one,
Yeah.
the gold circle one.
Yeah.
Question, does Camila still talk to them?
No, but Andre
Once
does.
the mirror
Oh,
left,
hell.
Andre, my
Andre's-
son now talks.
where does he see them?
He doesn't. He
In
just
another mirror
no,
that you're trying to get rid of?
No, see, and that's the weirdest thing.
Pero
we
¿cómo
didn't-
sabes?
Because he's mentioned their names.
¿Están
Dini. He says, "Oh, Dini, my friend," and we're
No,
like, "Dini who? Dini who? Mind you."
Él está chiquito.
Yes. See.
Para que
Y
No.
Camila no la
But that was
No,
he was Camila. That was Camila at that age.
Ya no hablamos de Dini Kaya. So es
Camila
lo
nunca le ha
que-
dicho, ah, no es Dini.
Sí.
Yeah.
No. No.
Él solito.
Él solito una vez dijo que Dini, pero no hablaba mucho, ¿verdad? Entonces no se lo entendíamos. Y I'm like, Dini, ¿quién? Hasta después, ya que decía my friend, empezamos a entender que decía, oh, Dini, my friend, Dini, my friend. Y una vez solo mencionó a Kaya, pero yo creo por el nombre Kaya es más difícil. Pero, yeah, I'm like, oh, hell no, not in this home. Yeah, no, I don't fuck
Y
with
acá
that
diciendo,
shit.
en tu casa ya nunca voy a volver a ir. Y aquí
Sí,
tiene
no.
a-
Dini
tiene-
and Kaya?
Tiene dos. Tiene dos.
Dini and Kaya are probably with us right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they know I don't. Dini and Kai are fully aware that I don't fuck with that. So like,
They don't come to you?
no,
They don't try to play with you?
Nah, they better not. No, but yeah, no, that stuff scares me. So I don't know. I mean, do I believe in it? Not believe in it? I don't fucking know. I mean, it seems like these kids weren't bad. You know what I mean? Like whatever they were, like they weren't bad. When we purchased the house, we don't know if someone died in the house or not. We know an elder woman lived here, but we don't know if she passed away or not. And I don't think they can disclose that, or can they?
Technically, I think legally you can ask, and they have to disclose it, but only if you ask.
Yeah,
They
they're not,
legally
they're
have
not
to
gonna
disclose.
put it like in the...
Legally, they have to disclose if you ask, but they're not. They're not gonna put it in the information. They're not legally they're not legally You're not legally
Obligated. Yeah. Obligated. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say.
legally. There was not a. It was me hesitating, not the camera.
It's not a glitch.
Yeah, it was not a glitch. They're not obligated. So going off of Monica too, with saying that you don't know if you would say it scares you and you don't know if you believe in that stuff or not. Like, why do you think we're scared of it, and how do you feel like our culture and our maybe religion, which is part of our culture, impact?
Why did our parents tell us, like, to spook us? Because they wanted privacy.
no,
they wanted
No. Like, what? How do you feel our culture
Oh.
and religious beliefs, which are part of our culture, have impacted our beliefs and or fear towards the topic of like paranormal activity? Because
I think it's looked as negative, no? Like,
But I think
something
in general, I think not only it has to be a little bit about our culture,
Right.
our growing up and how our parents brought us up, but
right.
I think it's also a society.
Yes.
It's not.
But-
It's
but
not
I mean-
normal.
But
It's
okay.
not, and then
society.
you add the factor of like us growing up and hearing stories like La Llorona, hearing that El Hombre Sin Cabeza.
And,
El
but
Hombre
I
Loca.
didn't hear much of that growing up. I didn't hear it until I got from my cousin.
And so we started coming into your life
they
and
corrupted
scaring
me.
you.
They corrupted me.
Yeah. No, because we would hear it and we lived in
sí.
Mexico. So
Sí.
in Mexico
Es más como
en
más
México lo
común
escuchas
escuchar
más,
todo
como
eso.
La
That's
historia
what
de
I'm
La
saying, like,
Llorona.
Here versus
Las his-
in Mexico, it is
Oh, sí,
different.
sí,
And it's as
definitivamente.
much as it is because, like, obviously Mexicans are mostly Catholic, and that obviously plays a huge role into like what we're supposed to believe versus, you know, what's borderline like anti-Catholicism.
Sí.
But then also we celebrate Day of the Dead, so that's like welcoming our spirits of our loved ones. So like, at what point does that teeter totter on like anti-Catholicism, but then also, and not everyone celebrates Day of the Dead. Like, I know you guys all have always grown up with doing altars for Day of the Dead, and I never have. But I feel like I love the idea of it, and I love
La tradición
the
y
celebration
todo eso.
and the traditions
The
of
meaning
it.
behind it.
Right.
Yes.
And so I feel like it's a very fine line as to like, we're calling the spirits, but you can't do the Ouija board.
Yeah.
Because that's calling the spirits. And I
True.
also, Ouija board is looked at more as like the negative spirits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where.
Okay, well, my mom explained that the Ouija board could be, you can call in the spirits, but the Ouija board is not the spirits. Like, the demons coming through
Yeah, that's
pretend
what
to
she
be
said.
the spirits.
So like she said, it's like, that's the negative
Right.
spirits other
Okay.
than like, un
Yeah.
altar le está llamando, quieres que vengan.
Your
You
loved
want
ones,
them.
because
Yeah.
you
Your
miss
loved
them.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with like Halloween, like celebrating
Right,
Halloween.
it's so-
like, it's like, when
it
did
can
it
be
become
taboo
something like bad, like
Bordering.
the devil or whatever. So I think,
De hecho, esta plática no hace mucho la tuve con Cari, porque, y qué bueno que mencionas eso, porque nosotros como católicos, ¿cómo dices tú? Bueno, esta persona dice que es muy malo,
Right.
esta otra dice que no. Yo lo veo, honestamente, es cómo es que tú estás, ¿cómo
¿qué
se dice?
mensaje tiene?
Like your
Sí,
intention.
Sí,
Yeah,
tu
your
intención a ese día darle, como muchos quieren mencionar, darle como honor a ese día o lo que sea. Por ejemplo, yo el día de Halloween, yo no le estoy celebrando a nadie en sí.
Right.
¿Por qué? Porque no estoy alabando a nadie,
Right.
no estoy poniendo un altar a nadie,
Right.
y simplemente yo lo veo un día de diversión para mis hijos, de ser
Yes.
un personaje que ellos no son.
Right.
Al
Playing
día a día.
pretend.
Sí,
Playing dress
ajá.
up.
Yeah.
Es todo.
Yeah.
Pero
Getting
sí somos muy juzgados por eso mismo que tú dices,
Right.
por nuestras creencias, la manera en que fuimos creadas, especialmente si fuimos creadas en México,
Right.
tenemos otros tipos de,
Allá no se celebra
de
Halloween.
creencias.
Right.
No,
Pero
pero
not
digo,
because of a bad thing, we just
Right.
don't
It's just that
celebrate.
it's a
Sí,
fear
sí.
thing, not in Mexico.
So, no se disfrazan los niños ni nada.
Hasta
Sí,
ahora ya
sí,
lo
sí.
empiezan a hacer, ahora sí.
Right.
lo hacen
que-
más, pero antes
It's not-
no era así como aquí,
Right.
¿entiendes? Pero sí, no, yo digo es con la intención en que hagas las cosas, o sea, mucha gente va,
cosa.
sí,
Te puedes
sí.
poner con intención buena o mala.
Exactamente,
Maliza.
entonces es como, siento yo, es como tú lo estés intencionando,
Right.
o sea, ¿entiendes? Si lo
Definitely.
quieres hacer malo, lo vas a hacer malo,
Right.
si lo quieres hacer de otra manera, lo hace de otra manera y yo lo veo así. O sea, no es que esté celebrando algo en específico, es como un día de diversión para mis hijos, simplemente es eso. Pero sí, eso del going back to what you were saying about qué es por qué tenemos ese miedo, cosas así. Siento yo que
Porque nos decían a cada rato que nos iban a jalar las patas.
en lo
nos
personal yo
portábamos bien.
siento, en lo personal
Porque no les
yo
hacíamos
siento que
caso.
como Cari y yo fuimos criadas allá en México, como que se escuchaban mucho esas historias de no de terror, sino que leyendas, ajá, las leyendas las escuchabas mucho, que el cucuy, que la llorona, que te van a jalar las patas, que
Se
te
te
portas
sube el
bien o viene el chamuco por ti. Y cositas así, siento que como que nos lo programaron en la mente de tener ese miedo, las historias de ir al cementerio y que vamos en la noche y para
Pero
que nos
otra
asusten.
cosa,
O
allá
sea,
donde somos nosotros, estaba, ahora tú borrachita, estaba el de las uñitas, el señor que tenía las uñitas. So, no solo nos decían nuestros papás,
Like
no me puedo
legends that you
acordar.
never heard of, but
Sí.
someone that actually existed.
You
That was
would
like,
see this person, and
Yeah.
I mean, he actually had mental health issues, but our parents would use that to their advantage if we weren't behaving. They'd be like, "Here he comes, here he comes."
Like he was like, it was associated
saw
to
him.
like
Yeah.
something like
por eso
scary.
digo, nos crearon
Yeah.
eso, nos programaron para luego como tener miedo a cierta cosa.
Yep.
and I think that's why I was the least scaredy cat of all of us, because I didn't grow up with that. I was never
Perhaps,
like
yeah.
Right, she's like, yellow.
I was never
I'll take the
frightened with
mirror,
that.
I'll take the
Yeah, I'll take the mirror.
I would take her to the Paranormal Activity movie
Oh.
series at midnight every time it came out. I would drag her. Granted, ask me now if I go to haunted house like I used to, if I would go see your scary movie like I used to. No, I won't. But for a different reason now, ever since I became a mom, like my anxiety towards that kind of stuff of like, it's not because I'm scared of it now, it's because of the buildup of anxiety of like, when is someone going to pop out and scare me? That is what takes me away from that stuff now. Like, I don't care to watch scary movies, even though I'm not scared of the idea of like the boogeyman coming out to me. It's just the buildup of anxiety of like, when is something going to pop out in the movie and scare me? That's what I don't like
O
about it.
simplemente simplemente por una experiencia que viviste, ya todo lo que sea relacionado con eso, ya le tienes miedo.
Yeah.
Y a lo mejor no tendrías que, por ejemplo, yo recuerdo tanto cuando era niña, vi una película, Cari, a lo mejor quizás tú la recuerdes, no sé, era una película que vi hasta hoy fecha, nunca se me sale de la mente. Entonces todo lo que tenga que ver relacionado con películas de terror, yo no puedo verlas porque me acuerdo de ese momento. Una película donde eran juguetes, pero they came alive y eran diabólicos. No. Eran muchos muñecos.
¿Y no te
Bien
acuerdas del
diabólicos.
nombre de la película?
No, esa la vi en México. O sea, imagínate una niña viendo esas películas, porque nos juntamos los primos y era la sensación, vamos a ver una película de terror, pero yo sí, esa película nunca la olvido. Entonces
¿Y ahora?
creo que por eso mismo yo no soy fanática de las películas de terror. Y que mucha gente me dice, no inventes, ¿cómo vas a ver una película de terror? ¿Qué te puede pasar? Es que no creo que sea tanto eso, es que lo que yo...
That association that you have.
Yeah,
with
the
them.
association that I have with that movie, like, yo ya no quiero ver ni
And that's another thing for me. Like, I was never exposed. My parents had me so censored. And I remember her brothers, when I would sleep over her house, her brothers would watch like the Friday the 13th series. Like, they had all those, like Jason. That's when I was first exposed to it. But it was just like pass by. Like, it wasn't like we would sit and watch, because I was sleeping over with her, and she wouldn't sit and watch it. It was just her brothers. But I would hear it or like pass by seeing it. But never, we're never actually watching the movie or anything. But that was enough to expose me to the beginning stages of scary movies, because I never was exposed otherwise. But I still was very into them, at least to go to midnight premieres.
Yeah. I think my fear is enlisted in the fact of, before, when I was younger, como tú dices, me llamaba la atención, but not like, I craved it. It was just like around the season. But now, older, I feel like once I hit my 20s, I felt like it was like 25 maybe. The fact that just in general, people have taken, como tú dices, con qué intención lo usan.
Right.
Some people do use it in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's like, when do you, la diferencia
Draw the
entre
line.
reality,
Of entertainment.
yeah, and when it's not. So it's like going to a haunted house, in my mind, it's like, there might be a crazy ass person here.
Yeah.
It's gonna use this, and what if I'm that person? Like, no thank you. So, yeah,
Sí,
it's
sí,
just
sí.
crazy, but
Muy cierto.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to wrap it up? I know that we can go on for times because I
Oh,
think it's
yes.
very interesting.
Yeah.
But
Let's do our little questions of the episode of the day.
so let's
Yes, who wants to go first? Who wants to
you,
go first?
you go since our hand is already.
So we're gonna pick out questions of our little cauldron here, and then we're gonna have to answer them. Cauldron.
Cauldron.
How do you say it in
Which
Spanish?
is cauldron.
Creo que es candelabro. No estoy segura. No, no estoy segura. ¿Para qué miento?
La olla de la brujita.
Okay. First question is there a Halloween costume you regret and why?
Nice and loud because I can hear a bird. Like
Say
really
it again,
loud.
prima.
Is there a shut the fuck up. Is there a Halloween costume you regret and why?
Like, no, all my Halloween costumes were like the bomb.
No, I don't.
Any that if your daughter looked at them and said, "Mommy,
No.
what were you thinking?" No.
No.
Oh, okay.
I've never
O
been
que,
a
te
dirty
hubiera,
skank.
o que te hubiera gustado disfrazarte y que no tuviste la oportunidad o whatever, for whatever reason.
Maybe a little more risque one. I never was ever like, you know, one of
Like a
those.
hoochie one?
Yeah, I never did any hoochie. Any
You
hoochie
wanted to be a
costume?
hoochie costume?
I wanted to be a hoochie sometimes.
Me too.
Sometimes it's okay to be a hoochie, you know, especially for Halloween. That's when you get to be someone that you're not.
Again,
And I've
we
never
go
been
back.
a hoochie.
Yeah,
so.
you go back to what Vidi was saying. The reason why she looks at Halloween for her kids is you get to
You get to
step out of your
pretend.
character.
Yeah, and be someone you're
You know
not.
what?
And
Prima, be hoochie this year.
I'm gonna be a hoochie this year.
That's right. I support you.
We
Cheers,
support you.
cheers,
Cheers
to
to
that.
being a
Hoochie. What's up?
Okay, Vidi, you want to go or does it matter who?
Yeah, just go in a circle.
I'll go. A ver, ¿qué tocó?
Mind you, this question, some we don't even know what they are.
So
Some
we
do
each
know-
wrote a few,
yeah.
so they're kind of a surprise.
Okay. Dice.
Oh shit, that one's stuck.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What has been your favorite Halloween costume? Déjame pensar.
I have one. I'm going to insert the picture here if I find it.
Síguele. Y todo.
I'll surprise you if I find it.
A lo mejor es el mismo. Ok. Tengo que decir que fue mi favorito. No porque yo quería disfrazarme de eso,
Oh, yeah, I
pero
know that.
me hizo ganar. Me hizo ganar ese año el mejor disfraz. Me disfracé de caníbal. Tenía un
Cave
hueso.
woman.
The cave
un,
woman.
un
Yeah, cave
hueso.
woman.
Mi tía, shout out to my tía Lorena, que ella fue la que me ayudó a ganar
I'm going to try to find that picture.
Sí, o sea que
I
me
have it.
veía,
Oh, yeah, sale.
literal me veía como que sí había salido de esos tiempos de donde estaban los caníbales. Toda la cara
Jorge even
pintada.
said that's one of his
Ajá.
favorite pictures of Edie.
El hueso, de verdad,
su
era
pelo.
un hueso literal.
Y su
literal.
pelo.
Sí, el pelo estaba todo esponjado y me tomé muy en serio mi
Y luego se parecía acá
personaje.
a la prima huesuda.
Exacto, me parecía aquí a la prima huesuda y traía ¿cómo se llama?
The
¿cómo se
bat,
llama?
like
El
the,
palo,
El garrote, ¿cómo se llama?
Garrote es otra cosa.
No, sí se llama así. Ay,
Jessica, I have flaws. Eso tampoco no me lo enseñaron.
No, sí se dice
This
así.
is where it
Sí se
shows
dice
the difference in languages because I don't understand their doble sentido stuff sometimes. I get lost.
So,
It
yeah,
goes over my
ese
head.
fue mi favorito. Fue mi favorito porque me
We'll
hizo
insert
ganar.
a picture for you guys.
Yes.
No.
Oh my
We'll
gosh.
insert
How about we insert a picture of yours también? Ya,
Mine's
nomás
are
me
all-
quieren quemar a mí. Qué gacha.
If you heard a weird noise in your home, what would you do?
Shit myself.
A weird noise? A weird noise, pues
Yeah, well, I mean,
Especifica la
depends if I'm alone. It depends if I'm alone. I'm assuming if I'm alone.
Yes, if you're alone, let's answer it that way. If you were
Yes.
alone and you heard a weird
Sí.
noise, what would you do?
My first instinct, like I said, I'm highly anxious most of the time. I would say like someone's in the house, but I wouldn't think like
So would you
paranormal.
leave?
I wouldn't think like paranormal activity. I would think like someone's trying to get into my
So
house.
someone broke
Right.
into your
Yeah,
house.
like someone, and I would probably call 911. But I wouldn't like associate.
You wouldn't go check?
Hell no. By the time I go check, probably, girl, like, no. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, no, girl.
Carry
like,
a bat with you.
Yeah, I'll throw Bailey. I'll be like, Bailey. No, if Bailey, she's highly anxious too. She'll be like, she'll just do that on the face she makes. She lays in the corner. Yeah, but I wouldn't associate it with like paranormal activity unless I was watching like a movie or something. But other than that, I don't think I would.
Money. Okay, my turn. Ay, cabrón. Oh, si le pudieras jalar las patas a alguien, ¿a quién se las jalarías? If you could pull someone's feet, whose feet would you pull? Oh, this is an easy one for me. If it was me, si me salí del chat, and my husband was still around him, for sure I'd get his ass real good. I wouldn't only pull him, I'd fucking tickle them, I'd really mess with him. And I think he knows that.
Qué bárbara. Well, I love this episode for sure. I think it was so much fun. It was fun, I think. Yes. And let us know what your thoughts are. Share, like, si les han
now,
jalado
this
las
is how
patas,
many episodes already? We already have, this is our fourth?
Our fifth.
Fifth. Okay,
This is our fifth episode.
So if this is our fifth episode, then please tell it. And you watched all of them. You gotta watch all of them. Tell us which one's your favorite. So then that also helps us, right?
Yeah.
Which one do you like more?
What topics?
Yeah.
Or
Give
tell
us
us
some feedback.
Yeah, or
Give
tell
us
us
some
what you guys
feedback.
want to, like, what type of topics.
Good.
Yes, give us some. Yes.
Or
What do
send
you guys
us,
want to hear
or
us
send
talk
us
about?
stories. Send us stories that, you know, you want us to share.
Yes.
We can always share your
And we can
stories.
judge over here. No, just kidding.
We listen and we judge.
Okay, ladies,
All right,
let's close
primas.
up. We don't have any more
Cheers.
drinks. Barely.
Ya no los
El tío no
We
vino
were
a
thirsty.
servir.
We were thirsty.
Y nunca dejaron a la prima hablar, pues.
qué malas.
Les bajan las patas. Les bajan las patas. Bye. Sí.
Bye,
vemos
prima,
a
a la que no
la-
te cree, a la que no cree.
Bye.
Hasta la próxima. Bye.
Bye.
Did you see the hammock flip?
Yeah. Cuando vi a Liz.
Sí, porque yo lo tengo aquí.
When
right
you're
now.
talking about Didi and Kaya, the hammock flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just are here. You call their
They're on the
names.
hammock. They just flipped it
Yeah,
over.
they're playing there. You call their existence now.
And mi tío came and served my mom. Thank you. Now you can come visit. You gonna pour me a new drink.